Hey guys, it's gonna be sort of a short video today, but nonetheless important one. Recently, the new game MORDHAU dropped on Steam, and it's become sort of a fan favorite overnight. Over 500,000 copies have been sold, and overall, my favorite thing to do is play the loot. But you can't just play it normal because that would be way too easy. Walking around strumming like this, horrible. What most people have been doing is downloading the loot bot. And if you don't know what it is, you can go check it out. The guy who created it actually made a huge forum on how to download and everything. And I believe his name is like Moli. Here, it's right here. Milos or Milo. And a big problem I've been seeing with the loot bot is people playing it for the most part without downloading the right midis or having the right version of the midis. So they're sounding pretty horrible, and I know this is happening. I see it all the time, and it just winds up sounding like pretty much garbage. So like this would be the example of a song that could be a lot better. It's supposed to be Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a pirate. And as you can tell, it kind of gets muddled, and it's because there's too many notes, and only so much can be I guess transcribed through into the loop. So it really doesn't sound correct. So I'm going to teach you how to change this into this. It's just a lot smoother. It's an overall better sound. And basically what it is removing a lot of the bass notes that interfere with the chorus. So let's get right to it. So like I said, if you haven't already downloaded the LootBot, this guy will teach you everything about it. This is the link. I'll probably put it in the description as well. And there's actually a new update that is 1.2. And you're now able to walk around while doing it, which I know that you weren't able to do for a while. And he explains the entire thing in this video right here for the basic setup of version 1.2. And he's an awesome guy. He keeps up to date. And it's actually a pretty easy fix here too. But anyway, forget about downloading the LootBot. I expect that you already have it downloaded, which is why you came here. So, the first more muddled version of the Pirates of the Caribbean that you heard, it was this MIDI right here, which you can just play it through. And it sounds amazing, right? The MIDI sounds perfect. But it just doesn't transcribe, it doesn't carry over to the loot in the way that you would hope it would. And that's just because you can't play bass and chorus to the full extent that you'd expect through the loot bot as of this point, as of probably forever. Where you hope they add new instruments soon. So what you're going to want to do is eventually make it into this. What you're going to want to do is go from this song right here to pretty much one without the bass. We've completely removed the bass and now it's just the chorus. And while it won't sound as good in the MIDI version, there's no bass to follow it up, it will sound a lot better on the lute, and I promise you that. So we're going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to want to do is go to Online Sequencer. This is something that I've been using since I was like 5 years old. It's just a lot of fun to mess around with. And you can actually make your own songs as well if you know the keys and just want to make a song. You can place notes. You can stretch them out. My favorite thing to do is actually, well, not favorite thing to do. My favorite thing that you can do on here is, you can change the BPM. You can even change the instruments. That won't really carry over to the lute, but just to mess around with, it's a lot of fun. See? And I actually made this one in about 5 minutes. Yeah, you can call me skilled. So, how to get the song that you want in the first place. You can either download it online, right? You can you just type in MIDI songs in Google. And yeah, perfect MIDI song websites will pop up. You can, see Super Mario is a big one that I hear a lot. I do the Simpsons theme, not a lot of people do. I hear Mortal Kombat a lot, which is why I do it. Druid Sandstorm's a big one. They have tons of songs like on BitMidi and other things like that. Or you can actually get it directly from this website, which I enjoy doing because people are really good on here and they make up their own songs as well. You could even look at like the most popular, and some of them get pretty intense. But most of them are not going to be playable right away on the lute because of the sheer amount of notes And to strip it down, what you're gonna want to do is if you're getting it from here or from somewhere else, download the MIDI first. Then you're gonna want to import it, and then choose your file. So what I do is, this is the unedited version. I chose the file. Now continue. It just asks you what notes you want to use for all of them. For the most part, you just look for like the highest amount of notes. For the most part, that'll be the chorus and the bass, and just leave it on piano. You could either do electric or I do grand. This is 0 notes, doesn't matter. Preview import. And now this is the entire Pirates of the Caribbean. And this also includes the bass. And this is what we want to get rid of. So what you can actually see is where the bass and chorus meet and what you need to get rid of. So down from, it's a lot easier if you're musically inclined, but forget about that note. From like here down, try not to get that extra note in there. These are all bass notes and you're not going to need them whatsoever. So you can just copy them and drag it down. And what this is doing is basically we're getting rid of notes that would be written over other chorus notes that make it sound out of line. And now we can just highlight them all and backspace. And from there, you just check, do a once over. Like these they might look like bass notes, but as long as they're lining up with the chorus notes, they're chords. So it's perfectly fine. And then as we hear it, it's going to be a lot lighter, I would say. See, there's no bass anymore, but it's going to be a lot easier for the LuteBot to transcribe and just be able to play in game. So then you can just go ahead and save it, and then it'll give you a link to it, and you can even download it. You can export it right here. And then from there, you can just put it into your LuteBot. And you can go to the main website. It will give you a blank canvas to work with, and you can just go ham. You got your songs for the trumpet, just write them down. Just transcribe them. Piano, a lot easier, obviously. And you can look up all the online pianos, how to play Beethoven. I promise you a video will pop up here, like one of these. You can legitimately just, you see the notes? You just bring them on over to here as they come on. And eventually you'll get used to it. You can figure out the BPM, and you can transcribe them, and then you can have whatever song you want in MORDHAU on the lute, which I think is insane. So then once it sounds a lot better and you work with enough songs, you wind up building up this big array of songs that you could have at your disposal at any time. So like we'll open up the LuteBot again, load any MIDI. I have tons of them at this point. I'm going to get rid of the unedited version because I don't need that anymore. See, Mortal Kombat, Darude Sandstorm, Simpson. We Channel was the first song I ever did.